hi and welcome. If you are new here, my name is Sarah and this is Wicked Reading. So today we're going to unbox two of the Fairyloot boxes. I have a subscription to the adult and young adult book only box, which recently became available as a thing a few months ago, and I switched my subscription to that box. So I have two boxes here because I got one right before I left for vacation and I didn't have time to open it, and then when I got back from vacation I had another one. So I should have June and July here, and I think I have them stacked correctly. So we're gonna do the June box first and then the July box, and I'll have timestamps down below so you can jump ahead or skip whichever one you want to. I don't know at all what the books are. I haven't really been on social media very much the last month when I was on vacation, so I don't know. I don't even really remember the themes. The only theme I remember is June's young adult had something to do with water, and I remember the graphic, there was a mermaid in it. So that's all I know. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So first I'm gonna do hopefully the June box. This should be the June box. And then when you open it, here it is. All right, and here are our two book pouches. They feel like they're both the same size, the same format type of book. All right, I don't know which one this is. I feel like this might be the adult one. So let's see what we got. Okay, Shanghai Immortal by A.Y. Chow, I think is how you pronounce the author's name. The cover is beautiful. So we have really pretty sprayed edges too, which kind of mirror what the cover is. So we got water with like that skyline and some kind of cloud designs. Take the cover off. Ooh, the naked cover is really pretty with some gold and the blue. It's like a teal, and I think it's so pretty. There's a little bit of a pattern in it too, if you can tell. It has like a slight ombre effect too. It's like teal to dark teal, which I love that color. And the back's just plain. We do have some character art, front page. Oh, and the back, very pretty character art. And it is digitally signed. Okay, let's see what this is about because I have no idea. Let me just apologize now because I have a feeling I will probably mispronounce some words and probably some character names. Okay, so anyways, it says, pawned by her mother to the king of hell as a child, Lady Jing is half vampire, half Hulajing, fox spirit, and all sasshole. As the king's ward, she has spent the past 90 years running errands, dodging the taunts of the spiteful Hulajing courtiers, and trying to control her explosive temper with varying levels of success. So when Jing overhears the courtiers plotting to steal a priceless dragon pearl from the king, she seizes her chance to expose them once and for all. With the help of a gentle mortal tasked with setting up the central bank of hell, Jing embarks on a wild chase for intel, first through hell, then mortal Shanghai. But when her hijinks put the mortal in danger, she must decide which is more important, avenging her loss of face or letting go of her half-empty approach to life for a chance to experience tenderness and maybe even love. This richly told adult fantasy debut teams with Chinese deities and demons cavorting in Jazz Age Shanghai. Okay, so kind of historically with like the Jazz Age, I think. And then dealing with, well, we have vampires, fox spirits, we have hell. So it sounds pretty interesting. I think the cover is really pretty. I really like the cover. Let me actually look up the original cover and see how different this one is. Okay, so I will put up the original cover next to it. It's pretty much just a color change. The original is much more blue and orange, and this one had like pulled a little bit more of a deeper blue and some pink. So it's pretty much just a color change, which I'm not the biggest fan of just color change, but I do like this one over the over the original, so I guess that's a plus. Here is a character art piece, and then letter from the author if you're interested in seeing that. So that was the adult book for June. The theme for the June adult was the underworld. So moving on to the young adult book. Sing Me to Sleep. This cover is really pretty. I'm digging the blues. Very pretty. Sing Me to Sleep. Okay, I haven't heard of this either, but not surprising. The sprayed edges are pretty cool. It's kind of like that marbled effect that the cover has on all sides. The sleeve is not reversible. It's just blank on the inside. Oh, there it is. Just blank. Ooh, the naked book is really pretty too. And we got the moon on the back. We have character art on the end pages. Ooh. And it looks digitally signed to me. So I do know that this probably has to do with mermaids, but let's see what all it has to say. Sorsha Surkova survives on secrets. As the last siren in her kingdom, she can sing any man to an early grave, but her very existence is illegal, and if her true identity were ever discovered, it would be her life on the line. By day, Sorsha disguises herself as a fae, pretending to be the perfect soldier in training. By night, she satisfies her darker urges working as an assassin for dangerous mercenaries. And all the while, she keeps the biggest secret of all, that she is not always in control of her siren powers or her desire to kill. Then a blackmailer threatens her sister, and Sorsha's investigation takes her to the royal palace and her most dangerous job yet, personal bodyguard to the crown prince. Sorsha expects to despise Prince Hayes, but he is kind, thoughtful, and charming, and she finds herself increasingly drawn to him until he tasks her with investigating a killer plaguing the kingdom. The problem? The killer is Sorsha. Trapped by her deadly double life, Sorsha can't leave the palace until she saves her sister, but who will save her from herself? It says, featuring an all black and brown cast, a forbidden romance, and a compulsively dark plot full of twists, this seductive YA fantasy is perfect for fans of The Cruel Prince and To Kill a Kingdom. I did read To Kill a Kingdom. It was okay. I think I gave it like a 3 or a 3.5. It did feel very YA, and it was like cute but kind of forgettable to me. I have not read The Cruel Prince, but I know a lot of people have, and a lot of people still love it. So I don't know. I think it looks really pretty. Let's see what the original cover looked like. So I'm a little bit confused what the original cover was, because on Blackwell's it looks like they have the same cover listed. But then there's also another one that pops up as well, which I'll pop up on screen now. And this one is like on Amazon. So I think that this is pretty much the same to the UK cover is what I'm piecing together. And then the US cover is different, and it has a woman on front, and I don't know which I like better. I do like all the blue, and there's kind of like sea creatures hidden in the marbled effect. But I do like the character art of the US cover. I don't know which one I like better. It's a draw for me. And then here was the themes picture. And here is another piece of character art with the author letter on the back if you're interested in that. So these were the two books for the June Fairyloot box for both the adult and the young adults. They are very pretty, very blue, very cool toned. Cool. Moving on to July. Now this one, I think when I was on vacation, it got left outside in the rain. So I'm hoping it didn't cause too much damage, because even as I open it, the peanuts are all like that because I think that they got wet. I don't know how long this was outside before it got inside. So cross your fingers. So the one on top, oh, it's upside down. Ooh, I like this cover a lot. So this is called Threads That Bind. Ooh, I really like that cover. And then the sprayed edges are gorgeous too, with some, it's kind of like witchy vibe detail on it. And then there's just kind of like a night sky. Very galaxy-esque, you know, those galaxy leggings back in middle school. It's giving me those vibes. Ooh, there's actually a reversible cover, which is nice. So that's a reversible. I do like the way it is right now, so I won't change it. But that's nice to have that option. The naked book is purple with some silver detail for the character, and that's kind of it. The back is plain. We have some character art. The front and the back. And this one actually looks physically signed to me. So that's nice, and it doesn't look damaged at all. I don't see any page rippling or anything, so that's pretty good, and the cover looks good too. Okay, let's see what this is about. In the city of Alanti, the descendants of the Greek gods live alongside mortals. Is it Io? Io? I think it might be Io. Io is Moira born, descended from the Fates. She can see threads, shimmering silver lines connecting every person. When a relationship is formed, a new thread appears. When a person's life thread is cut, it's their time to die. Io uses her gifts as a private investigator, trying to make ends meet in a world which treats other born people like her with suspicion and prejudice. Then Io is witness to a murder, but this is no ordinary murder. Io can see that the killer's life thread is severed. They should be long dead. More complicated still, there is another witness, Ade, a member of the violent Rossi mob who rule Alante. And what Io can see immediately, although Ade cannot, is that there is a bright silver fate thread connecting them. This boy is her destiny. Io and Ade are thrown together to solve the case, and as Io grapples with the dark secrets lurking beneath Alante's surface, she must decide whether to embrace her fate and give in to the feelings growing between herself and Ade, or whether to cut the thread and set him free. Dripping with atmosphere and edged with danger, Threads That Bind weaves together a gorgeous, dark tapestry of mystery, faded romance, and modern myth. You won't be able to put this one down. Which is quoted by Alexandra Bracken, the author of Lore. So this must be the young adult one. Let me see. Let me pull the card out really quick. It was, Cruel Intentions. It says up there. Cruel Intentions was the theme. Here's another piece of character art with the author's note. So yeah, this was the young adult. Let's look up the original cover. Okay, so again, it looks like it's just a color change to the cover. The original cover, it's kind of hard to see. I know I have the light on me because the sun, it's thundering, storming outside, so the sun is not out to help with the light, so I apologize. But anyways, the original cover is much more pink and green. I actually kind of like the original cover better, but I might be leaning towards that coloration more because we've already opened up so many other blue books, so I kind of like the pink and the green together personally. This is still very pretty, but yeah. I really don't like when it's just a color change. I prefer a little bit more put into it, but the stenciled edges are very pretty. I do really like those. So, yeah, pros and cons. It does sound pretty interesting, and so far it has a pretty good rating on Goodreads, so we shall see when we get to that. So then last up, this is the adult book for the Fairyloot box from July. Let's see. I can tell we have different colors going. Oh, actually I see some blue, but we got some red in there, and it's upside down again. Let's see. Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I have heard of Chloe Gong. I don't remember what else she wrote, but I know she's written some very popular books. I've not read from her before. But yeah, this is very pretty. It kind of gives me a little bit of Stranger Things vibes, strictly just like the colors right now. It's just red and blue. But again, we got more blue covers. The sprayed edges are kind of like a snapshot of the cover. Very detailed, well done. There we go. Let's see what else we got going on. Ooh, another reversible cover. Ooh, here's the reversible on this one, which is pretty. The naked book of this is pretty stunning. So we have a red naked book with this foiled blue character detail, which I actually really like. I think that that's really cool. Back is plain. We have some character art on the end pages, and then we got a guy on the back, and it looks digitally signed to me, I think. It's really hard for me to tell, personally. It doesn't make a difference to me, personally. I just like to say it. Let's see what this book's about. Every year, thousands flock to San-Ur, the dangerously dense capital, twin cities of the Kingdom of Talon, where the palace hosts a set of deadly games. Those confident in their ability to jump between bodies can enter a fight to the death for a chance to win unimaginable riches. Princess Kala Tuolemi has been in hiding for 5 years, ever since she murdered her parents to free the people of Talon from her tyrannical family. Only one person stands in her way of finishing the job, her reclusive uncle, King Kasa. However, she knows he always greets the victor of the games. If she wins, she can finally get the chance to kill him. Enter Anton Makusa, whose childhood love has lain in a coma since they were both ousted from the palace. He's deep in debt, trying to keep her alive, which means his last chance at saving her is entering the games and winning. When Anton proposes an unexpected alliance with Kala, they quickly find their partnership spiraling into something all-consuming. But before the games close, Kala must decide what she's playing for, her lover or her kingdom. For no matter what, only one of them can walk out alive. The US version is very different. So the US version is kind of black and gold, kind of simplistic. It actually reminds me of another book that I haven't read that I don't even know what the name of it is, but I can picture the cover of it, and it reminds me of that. So it's very different from that one. But the UK, it looks like the UK version of this book is this cover, just a different colorway. So that was the adult book for July, and the theme was Eternal Power. And there's the information, and then we have the author's note with the character art, if you're interested in that. So those are the two books that we got for the July Fairyloot subscriptions. I think out of all of these, Threads That Bind probably intrigues me the most. I think that seeing these threads and these lifelines and these relationships sounds pretty cool and unique, at least in terms of books that I've read. I've never read a book that has that aspect to it, so I think it sounds pretty cool. But we are going in already knowing that it's a fated mates situation and all of that, so I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, I guess Threads That Bind is probably my vote for the book that intrigues me the most out of all the ones that I have just opened. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think of them, which one you think sounds the best. I'd love to know. That is everything I have today. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. Leave me a book stack emoji so that I know. As always, thank you so much for spending some of your time with me while I talk about books. If you haven't yet, please give the video a like, subscribe for future content, turn on the bell notification, all the fun YouTube things that help your girl out, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!